Welcome back to episode 3. I feel pretty good. We made it. Um, let's go over some rules first. This episode, I'm going to talk about the 30-day project and how the 30-day project began. I'm going to go over the rules again. I went over them in episode 1, but I guess we need a refresher before I get into really discussing things. So I'm going to be looking down a lot just to make sure I'm getting the information right. But this is what I was doing for those 30 days. I was limiting my use of social media to 30 minutes a day. The reason I did that is because I started to look at how long I was staying on social media, and believe it or not, it was totaling up to like 3 hours or more a day that I was sitting on social media. And if you run a business, and yeah, you should be on Facebook or you should be on Twitter, and you should be using those forms of social media to make things, to get traffic to your websites. But there's a lot of interesting information I found out during the process of limiting my time on social media. But these are basically the rules where I could check in on social media. I can read the messages that people left me. I could share blog posts or share information, but I could not respond to the information. And I couldn't get into any really big engaged dialogues because I only had 30 minutes for the whole day. That meant that I would check in for maybe 5 minutes in the morning, maybe 10 minutes in the middle of the day, and another 10 minutes or 15 minutes at the end of the day. But it was really hard to sit down and try to, I couldn't write a whole lot back. So what happened was my interaction with the community kind of died down on Facebook. So I thought this would have a really adverse effect on my uh, website. But something really interesting happened. Um, Let me say I'm going to go a little bit further into this, but I want to read from the notes and tell you the kind of stuff that happened. This is what happened like immediately after I limited my use of social media. I started sleeping better, and I was developing a ton of ideas. And it had been a while since I started coming up with a lot of good ideas for different things, even for people. Like when people call and ask me some information about the business, or they want to know something, I wasn't as sharp as I used to be since I've been really using a lot of social media. I went in and reformatted the ARC website. I also reformatted the store website. I also reformatted the CB Publish website. So here I am actually doing a lot of work instead of sitting on social media and looking at videos. What a lot of people fail to realize is when you're sitting there on social media, if you watch one video and that video is 35 seconds and you don't think anything about it, but if you watch 10 35-second videos, you just spent 5 minutes. And just like that, you don't even realize you've been on social media that long. And there are all of these videos that are popping up since Facebook now kind of auto plays the videos. So you're actually stopping videos or moving past the next video, and you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And that's not a good thing. One of the most important things that happened was, and I'm just going to give you all of the different topics right now. I set out to take all of my food reviews, all of the different restaurant reviews that I did. I set out to move all of those from my CB Publish website to TripAdvisor. I didn't get around to doing that yet. I'm still working on it. I'll probably get to it soon. I began to work on monthly projections to strengthen my business. And what I mean by that is I went in and I broke down the numbers of how much money I need to make to pay off this bill, or how much money I need to make a new pair of shoes. And doing those monthly projections kind of helped me get organized. And then the whole process, last month, a couple of months ago, I actually launched it's not really a record label, it's a part of CB Publish, it's CBP Music. And I did the Daryl Carter Soul project. So if you go to darylcartersoul.com, then you can see this old rhythm and blues songwriter, and you can see his website and his project. And I was able to launch it through TuneCore, and man, some pretty amazing stuff is happening, and I'm doing absolutely no marketing on that project. Now, this is the one thing that I was supposed to do. I was supposed to try and create content for CB Publish and for art. And I was going to use what's called Press This, a new feature inside of WordPress. But I didn't write a lot. I didn't write as much as I should have, and that's my fault. And I'm just telling you so you'll know. At one point, I started to get disengaged with writing or creating content, and I didn't feel like trying to produce the stuff. And I'm falling into this kind of mindset that, hey, I created it, people should go and look at it. But these are some of the small things that happen that affect things in regard to your business. When you start feeling like you're getting into a mood where you don't want to create something, you have to create something all the time. But back to the 30-day project off of social media. What really occurred that blew my mind was the first week where I decided to stay off of social media. I had the biggest increase in traffic I've ever had on my CD Publish website. And that was because of an article I had written months ago. All right. So I'd written that article in regard to a Shark Tank episode. And I'm going to put some stats on the wall here, or actually, I'm going to pop them up on the screen. I'll add them in screenshots. But it's going to show you some traffic increases that are just incredible. And that was for the first week. But right now, this is what I want to talk to you about, and I want to get deeper into it. But this is going to be a long video, so I'm going to split it up. And right now, I'm going to take a break and come back and talk a little bit more and make it into a second episode. But I thank you for watching. And come back to episode 4, because I'm going to go into further detail and show you the stats and show you the screenshots. So I appreciate it.